Welcome back, Shalligators. Happy New Year. It's a brand new year and the same old bullshit for me. Yes, I haven't changed much at all. Why would I in the last 10 days? Actually, I think I look worse. I'm sorry, the last video I did before Christmas, I was like, I'm so burnt out, I don't care. And here I am with my hair in a ratty little ponytail, my big dumb apple head on display. And oh, I got an IPL. It's like a laser that takes off sun damage, and I got it on my hands and my forearm. I look like the Crypt Keeper, but it was too hot. It's too hot here in California to zip this all the way up. So y'all are just gonna have to deal with me being super fug in this video, because you know what? It's okay. We're not here to talk about how ugly I look. Well, we can if you want to. If you're a hater, go ahead in the comments, knock yourself out. We're gonna talk about Lizzo. Lizzo, oh, bless her heart. Her heart does need blessing, because I have a feeling her arteries are not doing great. Lizzo recently posted a video, Dancing Sexy, that was the New York Post's title, Dancing Sexy, celebrating her weight gain. Yes, her weight gain in a pandemic where the number one comorbidity factor is obesity, more so than even advanced age. We have a celebrity celebrating obesity. So we're going to talk about this. And moreover, because we're not just here to bash Lizzo, but I mean, we probably will. We're going to talk about how you guys suggested this topic, and I think it's so wise, how to stop gaslighting yourself, how to know the difference between confidence and enabling behaviors that are actually self-destructive. Because when we're not used to being confident and following our authenticity and being authentic women, it really is difficult to know. It's like, am I being authentic and is this good for me? Or am I actually kind of going down a really bad path? And when we live our lives listening to the messages that everyone else is giving us ahead of our own messaging and our own logic and our own sort of North Star about what's healthy and what's good, it's really easy to get confused. So I'm going to give you the one phrase you need to parse out, is this good for me or is this bad for me? 2 little words that are going to help you shape your decisions for the new year and help you avoid self-destructive behaviors. So if you find yourself saying these 2 words, girl, that's the siren that should go off in your mind that says, I got to pull back and I got to evaluate. But before we get started, I want to remind you guys that even though it's not the holidays, you still deserve a little treat for yourself. If you want a little custom video from me and you live in the US, head on over to cameo.com. If you live outside the US, India, Australia, Europe, UK, whatever, head to Memo and you can book a video there. If you also want a one-on-one question with me, typed out, like, you know, want to connect that way, not a video, head to my website, shallonlester.com, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at shallonxo, because I let you guys weigh in on this topic, and yeah, you guys have strong feelings about Lizzo. I am loath to say that there is only one kind of beautiful. I am not loath to say that there are far fewer permutations of healthy. And when I look at Lizzo, I don't see someone who's particularly healthy. And more importantly, I don't see someone who's happy. One of you guys said it exactly right. Lizzo is no different than Miley Cyrus twerking. And I've used those 2 as an example because people are like, you're just fat phobic. Meh. You don't like that she twerks because she's fat. I don't want to see anyone do that. Like, I don't think it's classy. I don't think it's a good branding move for anyone to be behaving the way she is. So what is she doing? Okay. So Lizzo went on Instagram posting a sexy video of her dancing. I mean, she's like swiveling around and whatever. She has nice hair, really nice hair. Is she half Indian? No, it's just a wig, right? It's like a weave. Okay. Because it looks like really long, pretty Indian hair. I mean, it might be Indian hair. My extensions are they're Indian hair, so who knows? Anyway, so she posted this video saying, I gained weight. I look the fuck good. And then she like shimmies around and, okay, so first of all, because one of you guys commented, you're like, why does she not have any cellulite? She's wearing like industrial strength nylons. I know what kind of nylons these are. I've worn them like when I've done like something on stage, like they are like like this thick. They're like one step below a wetsuit. So they suck you in, they smooth everything out. Why am I bringing this up? If you really love your body, why are you editing it? And that's a form of editing. I mean, you can't edit a video, so like, but you can wear compression garments that make your body look different. So if you're so happy with how you look, why are you changing it? Right? And the New York Post wrote, Lizzo is known for spreading messages of body positivity, although last summer she broke down in tears over trolls who left fat-phobic comments on her content. And this is what she said in that. She said, "Sometimes I feel like the world just don't love me back." It's like, it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still going to have people who have something mean to say about you. Sobbing, she said this in August. "I just feel like I'm seeing negativity directed towards me in the most weirdest way. Like people saying shit about me that just doesn't even make sense. It's fat phobic and it's racist and it's hurtful." Here's the truth about social media. You put something out there, it's up for public discussion. You put it in public, people get to discuss it in public. And it's not always ultra positive. That is just the reality. And again, she gets on IG Live and she's twerking and her butt and everything like this. And she's like, "I love being fat. I love my size, blah, blah, blah." And then people comment, "You are really fat." And then she's crying because people are fat shaming her. Doesn't sound like you love being fat. Sounds like if someone parrots back exactly what you're saying, you can't handle it. I say I'm a bitch, I'm ruthless, I'm a warlord. People come here and they say, "You're a bitch and you're so harsh." I'm like, I know that. Like, I don't get upset about that because it's like, that's what I put out there. And like, I know that, you know? So to me, her behavior is very cold-blooded animal, which we here in the Shallontrage know about. It's like, you have to gain all of your esteem, all of the thing that sustains you from an outside source, like a cold-blooded animal. They can't regulate their own temperature. People like Lizzo can't regulate her own self-confidence. Truly confident people don't do stuff like this. And I'm not saying truly confident people don't show off their body or twerk on... I mean, we've talked before about confidence. Confidence is not, "I know they're going to like me. I like this. I like me." Real confidence is, "I'm fine if they don't. I'm fine if you don't like me. Oh, I'm fat. I fucking am fat. Cool, whatever." I go back to what Amy Schumer said. "I can catch a dick whenever I want." Like, that's a confident woman. I bet she wishes she looked like Emily Ratajkowski. Who among us doesn't? But Lizzo's behavior always just reeks of so much insecurity. Like, from the Spanx that she's wearing in this video to her crying on IG Live to things like she's got a vegan chef. Like, and she does these cleanses. Like, you're so happy with your body, but you do these like month-long cleanses and you eat vegan? I mean, okay. Is she really that into like the ethics of veganism, or is she eating vegan to hopefully lose weight? Right? So it's like these messages just don't add up. And that to me tells me this body positivity is bullshit. It's just complete bullshit. And that I get. I get that being fat is not fun. It's not fun. I recently lost over 20 pounds. I'm edging in on 25 pounds. And I look at pictures of myself 2 months ago because I lost it really fast. And I was like, I was a chunky monkey. I was, yeah. And I'm a petite person. Like, my ring size is like 3.5. Like, I'm a very small bone person. I'm not very tall. And I was like upwards of 160. And for me, on my frame, that's a lot. For some people, it's nothing. And for some people, that's like, fine, you know, that's fine. And it was really uncomfortable to be that heavy. And I think most people, when they're overweight, are uncomfortable. It's just not healthy. And we cannot keep glorifying obesity under this bizarre umbrella of positivity. Why is it a bad thing to glamorize health? And another thing. Let's not forget that Katharine McPhee, you know, that chick who was on American Idol who married David Foster. I know, nobody cares. She just posted a picture in a bikini and her husband was like, "What baby?" Because she had a baby like super recently and she's like all cut up. She's got these abs thin. It's like the baby was never there. And it's like so much backlash and hate against her and like slamming him as like antiquated, misogynistic. It's like, bro, he's supporting his wife. She probably worked her ass off literally her ass off to get that body. And if that's how she wants to look, like, okay. Now you're probably saying, "Shallon, wait a minute. So it's okay for this skinny white chick to look how she wants to look, but Lizzo can't look the way she wants to look?" You can look however you want until it's unhealthy, right? If Katharine McPhee was like dangerously underweight or she got that body by being bulimic, no, man, like, no, that's not good. I'm not going to celebrate or yay say that. Same with like someone who's obese, like, love your body, but if you're unhealthy, stop glorifying that. I follow this chick. I got like weirdly into like following female bodybuilders a little while ago. I don't know why, but it's like fascinating, like what they've done to their bodies. And this one girl, she literally looks like a man. She's got legs that are, I'm not kidding you, like the width of my shoulders. Like, and that's kind of what she's known for, these huge legs. And, you know, people like, you look gross, whatever. Some people like, you look great. It's not the look I go for. It's not how I would want to look if, you know, if I could look anyway. But like, okay, that's how she wants to look. Fine, whatever. Unless that's unhealthy. Unless she's taking steroids or destroying her joints or like working out so much she can't get a period. You know, like then when it tips into something unhealthy, it should no longer be celebrated or glorified, even if that is how someone wants to look. And I think we all have a hard time looking at Lizzo and being like, oh no, that's a really healthy person. I spent a week in the hospital this fall, okay? And you learn real quick that someone who looks healthy isn't always, right? Like health is like this ticking time bomb. And we all think that like, oh, bad habits and bad health is going to catch up with us when we're 80. No, bro, it'll catch up with you at 38. So just because Lizzo is like ambulatory and walking around doesn't mean there's not something really bad in her future. Same with Catherine McPhee. If she was like taking a bunch of weird diet pills from Panama or something, or this bodybuilder chick who's eroding her joints to the point that she's going to be in a wheelchair in 10 years. Like the way something is now does not mean that it is actually healthy. And when people say, well, I'm healthy, like Lizzo said that a million times, I'm healthy. Who says that to you? The internet? Your friends? Or a doctor? A cardiologist? A rheumatologist? Someone looking at your joints and your circulatory system? I don't know about that, man. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But I don't think it's racist or fat phobic to ask these questions. I mean, do we really have to sit here and defend fitness? We're in a pandemic where the number one comorbidity factor of people dying from COVID is obesity. It's obesity. And we have missed such an incredible opportunity in this country and in the world. Or maybe other countries haven't missed this opportunity, but we have, to prioritize health. Instead of banging pots and pans every day at 7, what if it was we all take a walk? The whole neighborhood goes out for a walk and we go for a jog together and we get our heart rate up and we get our steps in. Did you get your 10,000 steps? Did you get your 10,000? Not where's your mask and did you get vaccinated? Where's your card? What if that was the messaging? Well, that's not going to be the messaging because healthy people don't make big pharma any money. Healthy people have more personal power and agency. Healthy people don't like to be controlled, right? When you're sick, you're just trying to survive. You're not voting. You're not marching in a protest about abortion rights. You know, you can't march anywhere. You're fat. This is not accidental. It is, however, a shame. And I probably blame Lizzo. I mean, this is somehow a controversial opinion because the unhealthy have hijacked America. Right? The unhealthy have hijacked America. And now we have to kowtow to someone like Lizzo if we're like, hey, number one, there's no possible way it's a good thing that you're gaining weight. You have enough weight. You don't need to gain any more weight. You're fine. And also, you actually don't seem that happy about it. You don't seem that happy at all. Another thing I have issue with when it comes to Lizzo is, do you know how educated she is? That woman is very well educated. She is a goddamn near genius level flute player. I hate the word flautist. I just hate it. It makes me want flautas. I love a delicious rolled tortilla of flautas. But now I cannot stop thinking about it because anyway. She has such an incredible platform. And instead of ever talking about classical music, hey ladies, Mozart Monday, let me introduce you guys to this. Sonata Sunday. No. It's her ass, her ass, her ass, her titties, her ass, her titties, her ass, her blah, 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 on repeat all the fucking time. I said this in a video one time. I don't remember most of the comments people say to me. I remember this because it was so incredibly fucking stupid. I said that. If only she did something like Sonata Sunday. And some chick in the comments, because I had said, wouldn't it be great for girls who live in like the ghetto or underprivileged to have that exposure that they're probably not getting in the schools, you know? Someone was like, how dare you assume girls in urban ghettos aren't learning about classical music? Well, egg on my face. You know, when I think of the South Side Chicago school system or Inglewood, California, or like North Miami, I mean, I think we all, when we think about that curriculum, it's just a heavy emphasis on the classics, right? Stoic philosophy, Latin, harpsichord, things of that nature. And like, again, are we pandering to the lowest common denominator here? Great comment. Great comment. You live in infamy because of your stupidity. Fantastic. But this is what pisses me off about Lizzo. It's like, you have this platform. Same with Miley. Twerking, drugs, tattoos, twerking, drugs, tattoos, just on and on and on. It's like, is this all that there is to you? So Lizzo, if you're watching, and I feel like you are, because I feel like you're cold-blooded animal, so you need constant validation. Put your clothes back on. Do something with your brain. Show us your brain. Show us your talent. That's like, I see you play the flute, I'm blown the fuck away. I see your ass, no thank you. It's ridiculous. At this point, it's literally just ridiculous. And it's so incredibly transparent. Which leads me to our point of this video. How do we tell in ourselves, because we can see it in other people, how can we tell if we're actually operating with true confidence, or if we're kind of gaslighting ourselves and saying really bad behavior? Remember how I said there were going to be two words? Two words as your sort of guiding light of, oh, this is a bad idea. You know what those two words are? Fuck it. Fuck it. Screw it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's do shots. Fuck it. Get the queso. Fuck it. I'm going to call him. Fuck it. I've been sober for a month. Let's drink. Fuck it. Let's post it. Whenever I have said, fuck it, oh, it fucked me. Like, whatever that it was, whatever that thing that I was going to hit send on or order or buy or do or say, fuck it was the absolute red flag. This is not a good idea. And my friend and I, Alicia, hi Leash, we used to call alcohol fuck it juice, because it's like, fuck it. We get like one glass of Sauv Blanc. It's like, fuck it, just call him. I know, screw it, whatever. I don't drink anymore. I was talking about this on Instagram. And I make way better decisions. Who knows? Because I no longer have an excuse. And if I find myself saying like, fuck it, just text him. Keep texting. It's like, okay, let's pull back and unpack this. Fuck it means let's throw out logic. Let's throw out our intuition. Let's throw out patterns and the data we have amassed about why we're even hesitant to do this thing, eat this thing, buy this thing, call this guy, whatever. We are going to throw out all of those things. And instead, we are going to act under our worst possible impulses. That isn't confidence. We think it is because we have confidence in this decision. That's not the same as confidence from within, right? And because the confidence we have about this fuck it decision is completely false. It's basically like, we're blowing on the dice and we're letting it ride. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's just, I'll bet it all on black. Bah. That's not a strategy. That's crossing your fingers and hoping. And we tell ourselves that it's okay because we're throwing caution to the wind. Fuck it, this is just what I do. I just tell it like, I just tell people, no, Kristen, I am gonna tell you if you're being a bitch. Fuck it. Okay, you can tell Kristen she's being a bitch. Kristens usually are. But you could maybe say it not at the bar. You could sit her down later and say, hey, you know, when you act like that, it rubs people the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. I know you're better than this. When we say fuck it, we are throwing out everything we know. We are denying our very intuition, our psyche, the voices in our mind that have kept our family line alive for 10,000 years. And therefore, we must inextricably fuse fuck it with the inevitable, terrible crash. Very rarely have I gone fuck it and done a thing and it's turned out well. Maybe it hasn't turned out catastrophic, it hasn't ended with a pregnancy or a night in jail. But even things that in the moment seem fine, we're ordering shots, fine. We're getting queso, whatever. I'm buying this thing, fuck it, I'm booking the plane ticket. All those reasons that we're staying our hand, keeping us from doing that thing, making us pause, all those reasons are still there. I was saying, maybe I shouldn't buy that because I can't afford it. Maybe I shouldn't eat that because I've been working so hard at the gym. Maybe I shouldn't text him because I haven't heard from him for 5 days and he knows where to find me. Maybe my phone didn't incinerate, my bank didn't collapse, like I wasn't evicted. but it didn't move me closer to my goals, right? And it's a new year. Are we not so tired of working so hard? Look at how I look today. I'm a potato. Because I'm tired. And I have been going through, like I took the last week or so off. I was in Mexico. It was so fantastic. Working on my tan, working on a little Mexican congressman, this dashing young politician. Anyway, definitely not little. Anyway, I realized, and not, I don't want to say I realized it because my assistant told me, my mom told me, my developer told me, they're like, you work so hard but you don't work smart. You are great. Oh! It didn't tear the paint off. That's all I care about, because my mom will lose it if the paint comes off, She heard me. We're fine. Anyway. Yeah, I don't work effectively. I don't work efficiently. I could always be more efficient. And I think that this is, when we're inefficient in one category, we're inefficient in all of them. It's like I'm not dating efficiently because we live the label, as they say. When we know when we're not being efficient or true to ourselves, and it's this thing that infects us, that permeates every aspect of our lives, whether we know it or not, and it's very unconscious and even subconscious. So it's important for us to pull back and look at the reality of what our decisions are doing. Every once in a while, yeah, fuck it, man. Get the queso. Go live your life. But if you are saying that more often than not, you're indulging too much and your goals are falling by the wayside. And again, you're working for those goals, right? Or even if you're not doing the things to achieve them, you're hoping that they come true. You're hoping you have that better body, the savings so that you can go on that bachelorette trip, whatever it might be. Don't you deserve to honor those dreams by making better choices? So here's how we can take this advice into the real world. If you find yourself saying, fuck it, ask yourself, if I make this decision, am I getting closer to my goal? Whether that's get this guy as my boyfriend, get out of debt, get the summer body, and look it in the face if the answer is no. Because look, sometimes the answer is no, and it's okay. It's actually, there's an elasticity there that it's like, all right, I can have the queso. I haven't had any queso for 2 weeks. Fuck it, man. I've been working hard. I'm going to treat myself. Okay. All right. If there's an elasticity there that you can tolerate and think that it's, just be okay with the goals being pushed off a little bit more, fine. But really, really inhabit the possibility that it isn't fine, right? If I text this dude, or if I call him at 5 a.m. saying I want to suck his dick and he is super creeped out and never wants to talk to me again, am I going to be okay with that? We're all about looking at the worst case scenarios here, right? Because I encourage you guys to think about worst case scenarios, not to like doomsday, but because often they're really not that bad. We live in just this fearscape all the time with our anxiety taking over and running the show. So I encourage us to be if we're afraid of something, what's the worst that could happen? But sometimes the outcome really is bad. No, if I buy this dumb skirt just because my friends are all buying something in this stupid boutique, then I'm not going to be able to make my credit card payment. And then I'm going to have to hear from my mom. And then I'm going to have to borrow money. And then she's going to be up my nose about everything I'm spending. I'm not going to fuck it because the cost benefit analysis does not work out well. Okay. Take that time to step back. Also, look at the fuck it triggers. For me, it was alcohol. And I'm sure for a lot of us, fuck it. Sometimes it's our friends. We're at the boutique with our friends. They're buying shit on daddy's credit card. They don't have the same consequences. Okay, maybe the next time I go out with those girls and we have brunch and they say, let's go shopping. I gotta get to Pilates. I'm sorry, guys, bye. Remove yourself from these things. You're either moving towards your goals or away from them. Every day, every decision, you are casting a vote for that goal, that new house, paying off the student loans, the great body, the boyfriend, or you're casting a vote against it. There is actually very little neutrality in our actions. And I know, that sounds scary. Well, great. So everything I do matters? Yes. Live as if that were 110% true. right? Always assume everything matters. Memento mori. We talk about Stoic philosophy here, and I know we're going to do a Shall Literature Book Club selection talking more about Stoic philosophy, but the cornerstone of Stoicism is memento mori. Remember death. Remember that you are going to die. And not in like, death is coming for you, but he is. All a man can do is smile back. But remember that your days are numbered. How are you spending them? Make every decision count. Make every interaction count. Don't keep people in your life who are eroding you. Don't keep chasing after a guy who doesn't love you. Don't keep eating if you really want to have a great body by summer. Right? And what bothers me about Lizzo is like she, to me, embodies the opposite of this philosophy. Be unhealthy. Lie about how you feel about your body. Don't go after your goals. Gaslight everyone who comes against you or who points out the fact that you don't seem happy and you don't seem healthy. And this is an unwise, downright insulting and offensive thing to be promoting in a pandemic that we're all endlessly fucking stuck in because, God forbid, we can't tell the unhealthy to get healthy. No. We have to tell the healthy to inject an experimental drug. Yep. Did you see the report that came out that a life insurance CEO said deaths between 18 to 64-year-olds are up 40% in the last year? Let's praise fatness. I don't want you guys going out to dinner and only eating the watercress because you can't have the queso. I don't want you being some miser who never treats yourself and dresses nicely and gives yourself treats. I don't want you doing any of those things. I don't want you not speaking your truth to guys over text or whatever. But there has to be that middle ground. And we have to be judicious about those actions and that path that we're taking, whether it's to fuck it or it's this draconian, austere, Spartan restriction. It's a lot of different time periods I mixed in one metaphor, but you know what I mean. It's tough. It's tough, but extremity does not work. And to me, Lizzo typifies extremity. She doesn't seem happy. She doesn't seem happy. She doesn't seem happy, you know? So, if I based my entire self-worth on my appearance, I wouldn't be happy either. And that to me is what she's doing. I think this girl needs to put her clothes on, get her flute out, play some shit for us. I'd love to see it. So I want to know your thoughts on confidence versus fake confidence. Like, tell me about someone you know who is like fake confident, you know? And what are the hallmarks of that fake confidence? Like when you're like, she's full of shit. What is she doing? Like, let's get really granular and talk about it. Because I think it's so interesting because when we can identify it in other people, it helps us identify it in ourselves. Like, I think we've all been at a low point. Someone's dumped us, we don't feel good, and we're like, I'm going to put something sexy on Instagram so he knows what he's missing. That is not the time to do it. That is not the time to do it. You are not coming from a place of strength. And desperation is the strongest smell in the world. People can pick it up a mile away. So we have to be judicious about that. Don't say fuck it when you're at a low point. Don't be reactive and do something that's outside of your comfort zone, contrary to your goals, when your ego and your heart and your mind is not where it should be. Wait. Tell me your thoughts. We're going to be back tomorrow with a video about Kanye West dating Julia Fox. You guys suggest a whole bunch of topics. We're talking about what to do when your ex claims he wants you back, but he's smashing other chicks. We're going to be back with more Shalligators. I'll see you later.